Super dark. So I switch the camera. Hey everybody, it's Kent here. Pic-A-Flic after dark. I'm hanging out. Why am I shouting? There's nobody here. I'm here hanging out in the store with my friend Mike. Perhaps you know him best as Biff
Hey
Bufflington,
now.
co-host of other Pic-A-Flic videos after dark. We're just gonna kind of wander around and look at the store, show you what's going on, what's still left on the shelves. We're in the middle of selling everything off, which is really strange. And we're just hanging out tonight watching cartoons, eating candy, playing video games. Because that's what you do. I don't know. Anyways, Mike's going to follow me around. I
I will.
switched the camera there.
Did you? Nice.
Uh, yeah. Where should we start?
At
Where
the
should we start?
beginning.
What's that?
At the beginning.
Hey, let's start way over here at the beginning.
There we go.
Down here, my favorite section of the store, the nostalgia section, which is pre 1965 Hollywood. So this is all classic Hollywood. This is Casablanca. This is The Big Sleep. This is Gone with the Wind. This is Ben-Hur. This is The Adventures of Robin Hood. These are all my favorite films. The Thin Man, Rear Window, all the Alfred Hitchcock films. And as you can see, they're all still here. People have been buying them a little bit, but these are gems that you can't find anywhere. Maybe on Turner Classic Movies, if you have that channel, maybe a few on the Criterion channel every now and then. But these are gems that are going to be lost unless you take them home with you. And then as we go down here, oh, so many great films. Ooh, nice classic film noir, The Phantom Lady, all the Bob Hope films, Road to Morocco, Hope and Crosby.
Parodied ad nauseum by Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy.
Really, also parodied SCTV. Do you remember? It was like Dave Thomas as Crosby, and I don't forget who was doing it. No, Thomas is Hope, probably. I don't know who did Crosby.
I think Thomas
Maybe
was
Martin
Hope.
Short or something, but it's so fun. Musicals. Tons of musicals from your classic, like, what are they?
Annie?
Annie, Get Your Gun. Broadway melody of 1936.
Hey now.
Starring Jack Benny. You know, that's awesome. Where are you going to find that? Nowhere. And then also my favorites, all the Elvis musicals. Well, musicals, whatever they were, the Elvis movies. Jet Blues, Girl Happy, Kid Galahad, Happened at the World's Fair,
Nice.
Jailhouse Rock. They're just goofy and awful and fun. And then this section has been picked over a lot.
Yes.
This is the Criterion section. Film connoisseurs know the Criterion collection. They put out wonderful versions of like art house films and foreign classics. Kurosawa, Godard, Fellini, Bergman. You know, all the big names all have deluxe editions out on Criterion, and they go for a lot of money. And right now they're $30, and the price is dropping as the month goes on.
Bill Cox has a question in chat is asking, do you have any anime?
Let's go down this way.
Answers incoming.
Here on the back wall, we have the cult section, which we'll get to soon. Also, the animation section, which includes anime. We got your Studio Ghibli collection. Cat Returns, Totoro, Pocoroso, Pompoko, Spirited Away. Oh, maybe we don't have Pompoko anymore. Oh, Pompoko.
Yep, couple Pompokos.
We got some series like Ghost in the Shell. Other movies, Grave of the Firefly.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
That's a heart tugger. Yeah, so we got some anime. We got classic Hollywood animation, Looney Tunes, we're watching right now.
Yes, we are.
A whole bunch of weird, just like Little Pimp, featuring the voices of Bernie Mac and William Shatner, and Little Kim. So,
that was my nickname in high school.
Little Pimp?
Yeah.
Or Bernie Mac. They used to call me Bernie Mac.
Bernie
So
Mac.
yeah, we got a bunch of animation and anime stuff. This section back here is super cool too, because a lot of people don't know this. There's a whole section of short film collections. Really cool short films from stuff back to like the Lumiere brothers and Georges Méliès. So we're talking like the turn of last century, like 1890, 1900s short films. And then there's a whole section of documentaries about making movies, some phenomenal things, interviews with directors, and like just amazing stuff.
That is amazing.
Where should we go next? What's behind you?
Good question. What do we have behind me here? Music.
Music documentaries.
Dang.
Holy smokes. We got blues. Not a lot of blues. We got some classical. We got your country and roots, including the amazing PBS series Country Music. Ken Burns. All the Ken Burns stuff is great. Some heavy metal, some electronica here, some Daft Punk stuff, some really great documentaries. Moog or Moog, if you will.
I will either way.
I will.
I don't know which way's best.
Anvil documentary.
Nice.
Some Metallica stuff. Cliff 'em All. I don't know if you can get that anymore. Cliff 'em All.
Cliff 'em All. Beauty.
Some jazz, but who cares about jazz? No, I kid. It's great stuff. Pop rock, the Beatles. Somebody bought a whole bunch of Beatles stuff the other day.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know what's left. If anything, a few
all the Ringo
8 days
projects.
a week. Yeah, all the Ringo projects. Nice. So lots of documentaries. Devo, The Damned. We got the. This is an amazing one. The Cramps live at the Napa State Mental Hospital.
Nice. I have a question from chat. Naomi Jade.
Yes.
Yes, Bill, that is me. Naomi. I assume there's still a good amount of horror films.
Oh, let's go. The horror section, weirdly enough, has not been touched lately.
Ooh.
Really. So there's a lot of stuff.
Of course, it's dark.
We'll get some light.
Freaking me out here, man. Okay, there we are.
Horror. So we got lots of horror left. We got our Stephen King section.
Nice.
So we got some of it is gone, but I mean we got Carrie, Children of the Corn, Cujo, The Dead Zone, Dr. Sleep, Bag of Bones, series like The Golden Years. I think the Tommyknockers is still here. These are hard to get. Whole H.P. Lovecraft section with various adaptations, including this series of short films, which is very hard to get now. These are all out of print. And on the internets, they go for big money. But here, this week, they're $30 each. Next week, they'll just drop in price.
So, yeah.
Hey, sci-fi.
Sci-fi blends well nicely with horror quite often.
Sci-fi, fantasy, some great classics. Close Encounters left still.
Ooh, I remember seeing that in the theater myself.
Really? Some unknown gems like The Congress, which is amazing. It's about the near future where actors are being scanned digitally so their performances can be custom created in this virtual world.
Like Harrison Ford is now.
It's very prescient and amazing, and when they go into the virtual world, it's all animated like a 1930s cartoon.
Boy, that's one it's on my list now.
I got copies of it.
The Congress.
Dune, I got. Oh, there's this Dune, which is with Ewan McGregor, the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries.
Really? What year was that coming out?
Like late 90s, early 2000s.
Crazy. All right, when my kid was being born.
The new Dune, you didn't see anything.
I did nothing but look at diapers for many years.
So tons of sci-fi still. Oh, Ex Machina. That's a good
Beautiful
one.
movie. Yes, enjoyed it.
Blu-ray of Enter the Void, which doesn't belong here. I'll put that back in the Blu-ray section.
Alien, classic.
Oh, you can't go wrong.
No.
Oh, well, I was going to say you can't go wrong until you get to like 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And then it's best just to stop.
Just put it away. Put it down. Oh, well, that's a good question. Great question all the way around.
Yes.
Where's this one going back now?
But this will go over in the Blu-ray section.
Was that Blade Runner in here? Of course it is. There it is.
Blade Runner and Blade
alphabetically.
Runner 2049.
Oh, there's the cartoons we'd be watching. Little Bugs Bunny. Nice. Got there just in time for a What's Up, Doc.
Can't overstate the importance of Bugs Bunny on my life.
Right?
Enter the Void. So these, all the Blu-rays we just keep together in one section just because it's easier, or was easier. Look at that. I put Enter the Void away. Right beside it is Enter the Ninja.
Oh my goodness.
From like
Shokasugi?
yeah, from like
Yes.
1981.
That's one we can bring up with Mark.
Yeah.
Shokasugi, Enter the Ninja. Wow.
Oh, I kind of want to take this home with me.
The
I'm
ninja fad of the early 1980s. It's hard to.
Ninja 3, The Domination. Do you
Oh,
remember that one? Amazing.
beautiful titles.
Myself, I'm trying to limit what I'm taking home from the store because I have a pretty big DVD selection already, and there's just always stuff I'm seeing. I'm like, oh, I want that. Oh, I need that
that's a
still.
keeper.
What else is good in the
My
Blu-ray
goodness.
section? Oh, we got the Alien movies on Blu-ray. We have a whole bunch of the Bond on Blu-ray.
3D
This, I can't
titles.
believe this is still here. This movie, Bye Bye Blues, Canadian film from 1989, was released on VHS, was one of our most rented VHSs of all time, till it just crapped out and wouldn't play anymore.
Oh,
Unavailable on DVD, and I would get asked for this film, Bye Bye Blues, constantly, like 3 or 4 times a week. People would ask, "Do you have this Canadian film, Bye Bye Blues?" It was shown on CBC like a long time ago, and it's just unavailable. Like I can't get it. It was never pressed on DVD. So the paper did a story on me one time about how many movies we had, and they're like, "Is there anything you don't have that you would love?" And I said, "I would love a copy of Bye Bye Blues," but it never made it to DVD. Next day, I get an email from the filmmaker, Ann Wheeler, who says, send me so much money and I will sell you, a DVD and Blu-ray copy of Bye Bye Blues. So somebody bought the DVD the other day, so the Blu-ray is still here. So this is basically like impossible to get.
nice.
Like this is a one of a kind.
That is a hidden gem. You heard it here first.
Canadian treasure, and like just like as like a one-off special order. So yeah, we got tons of weird stuff like that.
That is fantastic.
Any questions from the gallery?
I'm looking. Bill is saying buy physical media because it can never be edited on you.
Exactly. So many things when they're on TV and on streaming services, they're just getting chopped. Little bits here, little bits there, dialogue here, dialogue there. You don't even notice it. And then you're seeing something that's not the original version, and it kind of sucks.
Exactement. Thanks for the likes, by the way. We got a couple of big thumbs up there
Cool.
from some of the fans as we take them through.
The drama section, which is, well, we've joked here over the years at Pic-A-Flic when we're categorizing movies. They have little hearts, and people always say, "Are they romance movies? Why is there heart on them?" There is a heart just because I think we had lots of heart stickers. We had to come up with a little icon for each section, and for some reason, drama got stuck with a heart. So they're not necessarily romantic. Sometimes they're very tragic. But that's the origin of the heart sticker, that there is no story. But the drama section is basically the catch-all when we get something in and we're like, well, it's not a Western. It's not an action film. It's not really a horror film.
Sci-fi or any definable category.
Let's put it in the drama section.
There we go. We have a question from Michael Mazza. Vincent Gallo movies? ?
Buffalo 66.
Oh, there we go.
Brown Bunny. I think we have Brown Bunnies. Brown Bunny is a funny story.
Ooh.
Brown Bunny we keep in the restricted section.
Here we go.
Because it's been classified as restricted by the BC Film Board. That's why we have this top shelf with all these little classic restricted logos.
Rated R Superstar.
Exactly. There's certain stuff that in BC is classified as restricted, and you can only carry it or sell it or rent it if you have an adult video license. So basically, I had to get an adult license just to carry stuff like the Brown Bunny and Irreversible and stuff.
To peddle your smut.
Exactly, the highbrow smut. So the Brown Bunny, this was Gallo's written, directed, produced, and starring by, and he previewed it at the Cannes Film Festival, I believe, and it was a 3-hour cut.
Woo.
And people walked out and said it was the worst. Roger Roger Ebert, I think said it was the worst thing he'd ever seen,
Ooh.
and it just got like slammed. So Gallo went back and recut it to like an hour and a half,
Hey, now we're talking.
and it was one of the best things I saw that year that it came out. Just complete, and Ebert too, 360,
Okay.
180.
He said, finally.
Yeah, 540.
Something we can digest.
Yeah,
You never go full Tarantino on a movie.
exactly. Oh, the restricted section has so many weird Big Flamingos, John Waters, Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac.
Nice. I see the Emmanuel series has a couple of cuts in there.
We do have
So that was late night TV for Biff back in
Emmanuel,
the day.
the original Emmanuel.
Yeah. Lots of Winterbush.
So
Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
all the 70s classics, late night. Caligula, we still have a copy of, which is
advertised in Penthouse magazine by
co-produced by Bob Guccione.
Guccione himself.
Yes. It is a weird,
wild
movie.
That is a wild ride, all right. Buckle up for that one, kids. And by kids, I mean obviously at the adult age where you can.
Let's go down to the cult section. We were going to talk about the cult movies.
Yes, we are. A couple of which we've seen.
My other favorite section in the store, the cult movies, which are the weird, the wonderful, the wild. Some section by director here. The classics. You got your Jodorowsky films, midnight movie classic El Topo. We had a copy of Holy Mountain, which sold earlier today. But I still have like a copy of Santa Sangre, Bando and Lease, one of his early ones. Lots of David Lynch stuff here still.
Nice.
Elephant Man, Eraserhead, Inland Empire, Wild at Heart maybe. I do have a copy of Wild at Heart.
Hey now.
Yeah. I believe this is wrestler Damien Kane's favorite movie.
Ooh, is that right?
Yeah, no.
From Wonder Valley, California? That Damien Kane?
Exactly. Assassin of Youth. This is like, stuff like this is crazy. This is Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings fame. His early stuff was really weird.
Wait a minute. Does that say Meet the Feebles?
Meet the Feebles.
I don't know if you could use that nomenclature today.
It's like a puppet. It's like a weird, very crude version of the Muppet Show. Yeah, no, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, and you wonder how that guy went from that to
King Kong.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. All the rings.
Speaking of wrestlers, Santo, Mexican wrestler / doer of good. I guess he's always fighting somebody.
Right? Look at that. Dracula versus Hombre
Lobo. Would that Hombre Lobo? Would that be the Wolfman?
Yes, indeed. Hombre
These
Lobo.
might be going home with me too, actually, if nobody buys them, because Vengeance de la Momia, Vengeance of the Mummy. Santo films are hard to find subtitled. Even if you're online and you're torrenting stuff and downloading stuff illegally, you can find them, but they never have English subtitles. So this set does, this print set does, versus Dr. Frankenstein.
The doctor himself or the monster? Hey now.
I think it was lost in translation.
I see. Just so you know, there was a message that your alarm hasn't been set. Just in case that mattered.
Excellent.
Next message, we're sending some guys.
Yeah, I haven't set the alarm. Again, I'm hanging out here at the store, me and my friend Biff. We've closed up for the evening. It's been week 1 of our closing out sale, and yes, exactly. Things are going pretty good, but I have so many DVDs left, so please come down and buy stuff. There's so many gems left, things, and the price is just going to be dropping throughout the month. What else can we look at, Biff? Where should we go?
Well, Heather just popped into chat and said hi, Biff, and hi, Kent. So hi back to Heather. Yeah, we're just touring around.
Hanging out.
How about some of the, the British section's got to be huge.
The British section is the section that has kept the store going all these years.
Is that right?
It's a large section. It's beloved by the entire population of Oak Bay. Myself, I never really got it.
Well, that's fair.
But here we go.
All right. Heather also mentions Heather will be back in town on Friday.
Excellent. I'm sure you'll be stopping by the store, Heather.
In-town visit.
Buying stuff.
Okay, yes. Look at it. Monty Python has its own section.
Somebody bought the entire run of Monty Python's Flying Circus on DVD yesterday, I believe.
Dang.
We still have some documentaries and some of the movies, Holy Grail, Meaning of Life. Oh, Monty Python and the Meaning of Life.
So good.
I loved this as a teenager.
Right?
It was just...
We would quote that at Capability Brown Landscaping all the time. All the time.
All Creatures Great and Small.
Now, there's one I never got into.
People love it, though.
Yeah.
People love it.
Animals. Never work with children.
Yeah,
animals,
a little too gentle for me, I think. That's the other thing with the British series. They're either too gentle. I like my stuff a little weird and edgy.
And on the rough side. I see.
Or it's like detective stuff. Here, Inspector Allen.
Ah, yes.
He's solving crimes and mysteries.
Never a 5 o'clock shadow. Always properly shaved.
I'll take my detectives from the 1940s, you know?
Well, to be fair, yes, I did like, I don't know if there's a Canadian section. Yes, there is. I'm looking right at it. The Murdoch Mysteries.
Oh, they have the Murdoch Mysteries has its fan base, for sure.
Right? Yeah. And I'm in there. Fully
Let's look
bought
at the
in.
Canadian section.
Look, Bill Cox has a question.
Please.
A phone video check. We missed the call. Bill was asking, do you have any Benny Hill or Dave Allen?
A lot. Biff will swing by here.
Yes, I will.
Benny Hill. Look at it all. Seasons 1 through 4.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That takes me back. The Benny Hill stuff does.
But we're going to look at the Canadian section. Look at these titles here. The Adjuster, Adam Egoyan, a big supporter of the store. Thank you, Adam, for all you've done over the years. All his films we keep together under E for Egoyan, as any good library or video store would do. Also in the Canadian section, we have the films of Danny Arcand all together. Things like Days of Darkness, Barbarian Invasion, Jesus of Montreal.
What?
One of my favorite Canadian directors, David Cronenberg.
Oh, nice.
Cosmopolis, Dangerous Method, Eastern Promises, The Fly, we still have a copy of. History of Violence. Some of the early stuff. Videodrome is sold. That sold day one.
I bet. Interesting.
Xavier Dolan, French Wunderkid, who said he's going to quit making films. We have half a dozen of his films. These are hard to get outside of Quebec. If anybody cares, we got them here. They could go home with you.
Bon Cop, Bad Cop.
Bon Cop, Bad Cop, I think, sold out.
Ah, yes.
We had 2 copies. I think they sold the first or second day.
Aaron Lopez says, hey.
Hi, Aaron. Thank you. Oh, I have mugs on the way. Did you get a mug? There's mugs on the way.
Mugs on the way.
Should be here in about a week and a half. Down here we have the Bruce McDonald films. Hardcore Logo 2, Pontypool, Trigger, Tracy Fragments, the classic series of Highway 61, Roadkill, Hardcore Logo, are currently in my collection. You're wondering what the boss took home? I took home those movies.
There you go. These are the questions everyone wants.
Exactly. Everyone keeps asking, well, what would you take? What did you keep? And not much. Those Canadian films, a couple French films, documentary series.
Michael Mazza had a question, short films about Gould, ?
Oh, 32 short films about Glenn Gould.
Sorry, Michael, I missed your question 32 earlier. It didn't register with me, but Kent knew what you're talking about right away.
I think it's been sold. It would be in the Canadian section under T, and it's gone. So, unfortunately, our database is no longer accurate. So, I'm just kind of going on what's here on the shelf and what I remember seeing rent out.
Nice. So we got up to 5 likes now.
Yay.
13 people watching, which is nice.
Thanks for touring the video store after dark. Speaking of Adam Egoyan, up here on the wall, he was nice enough to give me a signed poster a few years ago, along with Pic-A-Flic, which is such a nice sentiment.
Right. What a beauty. Beautiful supporter. Bill Cox was asking about a live action version of D&D with I can't remember his name. I got to scroll back.
That guy who's
Jeremy Irons is the villain, the bad guy. Would that just be
I think that's in our fantasy section.
There is
if
a
it has a dragon, we were talking about classifying things earlier, how everything goes in the drama section.
More Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny on the TV. We made a fantasy section.
Nice.
Before everything was sci-fi fantasy, and it never sat right with me.
Nice. Pop art clips. Sorry. It's a tough tongue twister for myself at this particular. Is it?
Yeah.
Marcus. Right on. He went to that Agoyan screening and has that poster.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So the fantasy section, the rule now is if it has a dragon in it or a wizard, it goes fantasy. If it has a robot or an alien, it goes sci-fi.
Fair.
So I think, dividing that was probably one of the best things I ever did for the store.
Nice.
What have we got in the fantasy section? Still some great hits. Some Terry Gilliam here.
Oh, nice. Munchausen, that was a great one. I remember watching that.
Some lovely 80s,
Kodos and Krull, the little, or not, I can't remember what they were. Kodos and...
Krull. Oh, Kronos and Kang.
I thought so.
Are you talking The Simpsons?
No, but his little Beastmaster had two little gophers.
Oh, that's right.
One of them was named Kodos for sure. I don't remember what the other was.
I remember the other. It's been a long time since I've seen Beastmaster.
Any Amanda Show collections?
Amanda Show?
Nathaniel loves her. Nothing from Amanda Show?
No.
Oh. Sad face.
Sad face indeed.
Look at that. Our likes went up.
Did we?
Thank you, everybody.
We looked at the horror section.
We did, briefly, while it was...
Did we looked at sci-fi.
How about Japanese? There's a interesting little tidbit.
The Japanese section. So classic Japanese stuff, like all the Akira Kurosawa stuff, is put out by the label Criterion, the Criterion Collection. People who know movies know about the Criterion Collection. It's like the fancy label. Most of those sold out already. But the rest of the Japanese collection, it's a lot of kind of contemporary Japanese films circa like late 90s, early 2000s, when we were buying lots of international films. And the buyer at the time and myself, we were into weird Japanese action and underground samurai films and stuff. So we get a lot of Takeshi Miike. We get Dead or Alive trilogy.
You need to make that noise when you bring out Dead or Alive.
Yeah. Audition.
Ooh.
Which is amazing.
That looks sinister.
Oh, it's like Japanese Hitchcock. It's so good.
Tampopo?
Tampopo I sold a copy of today. And I don't think there's any left.
Bill seems to confirm that Kang was the other ferret.
Excellent. Thank you, Bill. I don't remember. I vaguely remember those.
What do we have? Heather Quest. Still have the doc about Gilliam's thwarted Don Quixote.
I believe so. Wasn't that called The Man of La Mancha? Is that the one? You don't.
Maybe. I don't.
You don't?
I remember Hal Linden started in a live musical production of The Man from La Mancha. This much I know.
Some Indian films.
That's Bonnie Miller.
Not a lot, but some the Apu trilogy, which this edition is it's out on Criterion as well, but this edition is out of print.
What about RRR?
RRR, one of the greatest movies ever made.
I would say.
Also went home in the bag with my stuff.
Nice. So Aaron says in chat, I remember the first movie I rented from Pic-A-Flic. What a great story already. It was maybe 2009 or 2010, In the Company of Men. That's what the movie was.
That is a brutal film.
Brutality.
I hope it wasn't Date Night.
Frankenhooker on VHS.
Oh, with the box, Want a Date.
Want a Date. Podo and Kodo. Thanks for the double check. It would have been too much if the Simpsons named them after the Beastmaster. That's good.
We got a whole bunch of French films. Who likes French films?
Okay, Heather, thanks for dropping by. 1 a.m. in
Heather.
Ohio. Thank you very much.
She's on holiday.
Exactly. All right.
That's awesome.
Well, yes, thanks for tuning in. And French films?
French. Well, on this side, we have
What?
French films. What was that?
I said, what?
Thank you. French films and French series. Oh, here's a really good one. The City of Lost Children.
Hey now.
This is what I was talking about. Late 90s weirdness, European fantasy, grotesquerie. Really neat. There is a film called The Girl on the Bridge, which is also really cool. Not here. District 13. Here we go. There's like lots of French. We got things like Cyrano de Bergerac, period pieces, and probably things like A Man and a Woman. Serious, relationship pieces. But the French films I like are things like District 13, which is this insane action, adrenaline rush of a movie where it's just all guns and all parkour, guys jumping up, climbing up buildings and leaping through windows, and it's like 100 miles an hour constantly. Oh, and Diva.
Ooh.
This film, I don't know why I watched it originally, just I heard about it. It's haunting, it's beautiful, it's super kind of 80s and neon and new wave and French, and it made me like opera.
Well, there you go.
Oh, what do you know?
Aaron also ticking on the film lover after my own heart, checking the box that they adopted Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes.
Come on, Wang. I don't know how many times a day I say "come on, Wang," and it all comes from that show.
It's a very quotable movie, Big Trouble. Big Trouble, you might think, let's look right here. We're in the action section. People often ask, where's Big Trouble in Little China? And the question, this is a hard one. Where does Big Trouble in Little China go?
How do you categorize
Is
that?
It action? Is it comedy? Is it fantasy?
Dragons?
So I put it in the cult section.
Wizards?
It's got everything, right?
Yeah.
So I put it in the cult section because I didn't know where to put it.
Nice. We had a short-lived pilot episode of D&D podcast.
Yes.
Myself and the DM that we were working with, called the Orc Chop Express. And we'd sign in every day the same way he'd call in on the CB, that we were talking to anyone who's listening. And the Orc Chop Express.
That's great. Let's look just before the action section. Here we have Westerns, another genre
Nice.
I've never really cottoned to, but I do have my favorites. I love the Leone late 60s, early 70s spaghetti stuff.
To that end, I also like the other side of the gunslinger, Oscar award-winning The Unforgiven.
Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, his style of cowboy, but not the gunslinger that could hit
more stoic and reserved.
And past his prime.
Yes.
Like he really, when he brought the shotgun out just to unload because he couldn't hit the can off the edge, it was
beaten down.
Have you paid your dues, Jack? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail. Love that. That line comes up all the time.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China. So many great things. Oh, I was going to say, so after Western, which runs the gamut of all sorts of great stuff, we have the comic book section.
Ooh, dang. Hidden away.
Anything that's a comic book adaptation. So you got your Batmans, you got your Supermans, you got your Iron Mans, you got your Deadpools. These are actually, speaking of Spider-Man,
the old series?
We have, this is, I think, really hard to get.
You kids know your memes with the two Spider-Men pointing at each other? This is the guy.
67 TV series, the animated show. This is 6 discs of it. It was a box set that came out long out of print, but this is that classic, very stilted Spider-Man.
So just saying, the 6 discs, 3 discs that is the same background going by over and over
What do they call
again.
that? Limited animation. But now that the store is closing, and people keep asking me, well, why is it closing and stuff? And I've had a few drinks in me. I'm going to tell you why. Comic book movies, like seriously, we've had enough of them. I'm with Scorsese here. I think it's kind of, taken the whole industry down a notch, dumbed it down a little bit. I know you'll have an opinion, and a lot of people love them.
They've got electrolytes that fans
it's
crave.
what plants need. But the comic book movie, over the last 10 years, I've seen it just dominate Hollywood and crush everything else down. Independent films and smaller films you might see get a chance. Everything is a comic book spin-off now, or a franchise film, and it's disheartening, and it breaks my heart, and it's sad, and it's hard for me to get excited about movies anymore.
Speaking of those movies, though, we have a question from
Please.
Devons. I don't know. Sorry if I butcher your name. My Pet Monster. In the kids section.
My Pet Monster?
Do you know the one? Did they do a live, or not a live action, but like a...
I don't know if they ever did. Let's go over to the next aisle, which is the family section.
Let's do that.
Let's go over one aisle further, because I don't know the layout of the store.
You'll get it. Here's the family
Pet
section.
Monster. It doesn't ring a bell.
Interesting.
My
The
Little
Muppets,
Pony.
Namu.
Most Valuable Primate. Lots of Muppets.
There is no My Pet Monster.
I'm
A
sorry.
monster of a friend.
One of the cool things about the family section is we got things like whatever, Shrek and Shrek 2 and Shrek 16 and Shrek 17 and those kind of things. Surfs Up, Space Chimps, garbage. But we also have, I'm calling it like it is now. You're getting the unfiltered.
That's right. 0 redactions, no regrets.
A while back, I went on a spree on the Disney movie, that Disney movie club thing, and they had all this rare stuff, all these Disney live action films from the 60s and 70s.
Wow.
That you can only buy through the Disney movie club at the time. So all these wonderful live action things that ran on the Wonderful World of Disney in like the 70s
Loved
and
it.
80s.
That and the
Sunday night.
Beachcombers, you bet.
Beachcombers, then Disney, for a certain age. Like that was everything. So I got all these crazy Disney live action movies. Moon Spinners, love it. Haley Mills. Moon Pilot. Look at that. It's a monkey.
Hey,
Monkey
is
going
that
to
Dean?
space.
What's his name? Starring Dean something or other.
That guy who was in all of them? No,
Yes.
This is Tom
It's not?
Tryon.
No, of course it is.
What's
We had a
another-
couple comments in here. I'm just going to get to
Please.
them so we don't forget it. Aaron Lopez. By the way, my friend Paul interviewed you with Cinevic, and I was super bummed that my questions didn't make the cut.
Oh, no.
Well, your questions will always make the cut on this
Aaron,
stream.
we got all the time in the world tonight.
Exactly. And then Chris Sign
Chris, hi.
rented Spirit of 76 from me back in the late 1980s.
Red Cross.
Then spent about 30 years trying to find a copy that I could buy, and finally found it a couple of years ago. Well, nice. That's
Nice.
always a good sign.
Yeah, that's another movie starring David Cassidy and the rock band Red
Oh,
Cross.
man.
And hard to get, out of print, I think.
Nice.
We got the Power Films, maybe.
Sweet. Apparently they had enough. This is back on the Aaron Lopez interview. 2 podcast episodes, but they didn't want to do 2 episodes. But Paul fought for it, so that's the latest on that.
Okay.
How about the animated Beetlejuice or the live action movie? Beetlejuice? If I say it
Beetlejuice
one more
cartoon.
time, just saying.
Beetlejuice cartoon, no. Beetlejuice live action, yes.
Dang.
It would be, and this is another weird one. Where do you file Beetlejuice? Is
Horror?
it horror? Is it comedy? I believe it's comedy.
Sci-fi? It's got giant sandworms in it.
Could be fantasy.
Naomi has a very specific question as well
Yes.
about Looney Tunes. So this is going right to the top of the question pile. If you know us, you know
Sorry,
this
there's
is true.
Beetlejuice live action.
Goes with the most, baby.
A Tim Burton classic, is it? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's the only thing that Alec Baldwin's in that I can stand. So
there you go.
there's that. Very specific, but I've been looking for the Looney Tunes How I Spent My Summer Vacation movie for years.
Tiny Toons Adventure. How I spent my. As far as I know, it never came out on DVD.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good question, though.
Lost classic.
Love those Tiny Toons.
We're in the comedy section. Have we been in the comedy section yet?
I don't know if
Do you
we
have a
have.
favorite comedy, Bill?
I do. It'll be alphabetically.
It should be alphabetical.
Ding, ding, ding. EFG. Put your little hand in mine.
Under the G's, we have.
Oh boy, is it there? I can't see it. Yep, right there. 3 copies. Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray. Who was the director? Ivan
Reitman.
Was it?
I will go on record. I am going on record as saying this. It's on the internet. It's true. It's forever. Groundhog Day is one of the best comedies ever made.
Oh, it's so good.
It is. If someone wanted to know how to write a comedy film, I would say watch Groundhog Day.
Nice.
Like study that script. It's so good. It's universal in its appeal. It's not mean-spirited. It's just charming. It has good. It's just, I don't know. It's just.
Do you know the
funny
name
every
of the
time.
book that it's based on?
I don't.
It's got an unfortunate title. I don't know what it is offhand. I can't think of it. But apparently it deep dives into actually how long he's there.
Oh.
And it's a long time, a lot longer. You know how movies always condense
Yes.
timelines. So if you can try and expand that a little bit, you get an idea of just how much time this guy was spending on the same day.
Yeah.
And the things he learned to do, like playing the piano and stuff like that.
The
Like
piano.
the piano. Showtime. Yes, that is Beetlejuice, indeed. How about yourself for a favorite?
Oh, comedy. One of my favorites, and I recommend this when people come in and they say, "We're looking for a comedy. What's your favorite comedy?" I have many favorite comedies.
Porky's 2?
The one I recommend a lot because it always makes me laugh. Caddyshack. I know some people don't care for it, but Dangerfield is a blast. Chevy Chase just has so many great laid back lines.
Right? And Ted Knight playing the fired up tightwad. Like just fantastic.
Be the ball, Danny. Be the ball.
Look at this crappy shirt. Hey, but it looks good on you.
Good on you.
Do you have Titanic on VHS like that guy's screaming on TikTok all the time? No T on VHS.
Oh, hey, speaking of, wow. So we got some VHS tapes here. $1 each. Some crazy stuff.
Bargain at twice the price.
Canadian film. We were talking about Canadian films early. This is one of my favorite Canadian films from that late 90s, early 2000 period. It's about a businessman walking home. I think he's in Toronto, walking home from work one day, cutting through the park. He gets chased by a gang of thugs who are trying to mug him. He climbs up a tree, and the whole movie is him in the tree.
Ooh.
And then below trying to get him out of the tree, taunting him.
That's why he's Treed
Murray. And he spends it's the course of overnight in this park, this downtown city park, and all the crazy shit that's going on around him as he's in this tree.
Pinned up there like an Alabama tick.
It's just different and weird.
Aaron Lopez, 2 comedy movies. Team America is a fave, which was a great movie.
Yes.
When my kid at the time, who was barely old enough to watch that particular movie, but I made the executive decision as a dad that this was too funny not to see. They were the opening scene where they're blowing up all these landmarks in an effort to stop the terrorists from blowing up the landmarks. Yeah, my son is just like, they're doing more damage than they're preventing. I was like, well, good one.
That's the comedy.
Right? And then Kingpin, which I also love Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin. That's Bill Murray. Right?
Yes, indeed. And Woody Harrelson.
And Randy Quaid. And somebody named Vanessa Angel.
Featuring Vanessa Angel.
Yeah, where is she now? I can't read it. It's too small. Vanessa Angel, Bill Murray, Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid. Oh, a Farrelly Brothers film. Remember the Farrelly Brothers?
I do. Additional footage not shown in theaters. That's another advantage of the
that's a
DVD.
bonus. And a full-length, feature-length commentary
By
by
Randy
the directors.
Quaid.
By
Oh.
Randy Quaid. It's all about how they're trying to get him.
By Gary Busey. Let's talk about buttered sausage.
Oh, Gary Busey. Do you have a favorite Gary Busey film?
Oh my. Yes, I do. And what is it going to be? Dang. I'll have to think about that one. It's old though, I'll tell you that much.
I love the Buddy Holly story.
Yes, that's got to be. I saw that in the drive-in theater.
Wow.
At Williams Lake. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
It was a double feature with On Golden Pond.
Not so cool.
Well, it was two movies.
What's that? You want to suck face with me?
No, I mean you old poop. Yes, indeed. Point Break. I Am an FBI Agent. Best Canadian film, Hobo with a Shotgun.
Super
Nice.
good.
What happens when Hobo with a Shotgun meets Cocaine Bear?
I don't know, trouble.
Danny Trejo gets in as the referee. In a no-holds-bar match this Sunday at the White Eagle Polish Hall.
Over here,
Right now.
we got some TV series. And back in the Cook Street Village days, when we were in Cook Street Village, way back, actually, you want a little store history? The original boss didn't want to carry any TV series. He just thought it was a waste of space and they wouldn't go out. And it was when The Sopranos came out and people kept talking about The Sopranos that we got The Sopranos on VHS, the set, and it rented like gangbusters. So we thought, oh, maybe there's something into this TV stuff. Just before we left the Cook Street Village, our TV section was one giant wall. We had, I don't know how many times, we had everything from like the Partridge Family to Adam 12 to Game of Thrones. It was everything. But when we moved from Cook Street Village to this location on Pandora, we didn't have enough space. So I made the executive decision to cut the TV section down because that's when streaming was starting to hit too. And I noticed a lot of shows like The Love Boat, which we had. It's like, well, you can just watch it on some channel for free, all the episodes you want. So we got rid of tons of TV, but we kept. I made the executive decision to keep what I thought was good TV. So let's see what I kept. Questionable. The Addams Family.
Well,
classic.
Yes, indeed.
Does it ever rent out? No.
Not a bit.
Showtime shows and HBO shows, it was kind of a given to get them in because they're usually pretty good. The Affair I haven't seen myself. I like my stories with witches usually. American Horror Story. This is something I got in because I love it. Batman, the 66 TV series, Adam West, Burt Ward. We got all 2 seasons it ran. And it's glorious looking.
Fantastic. Just a couple of tidbits here. Gary Busey's in Point Break is why Aaron mentioned.
Yes, he is. Oh, of course. Thank you.
And then Bill Cox filling out my factoid. Apparently they got the inspiration for Groundhog Day from a German philosopher. I believe his work was entitled The Gay Science. That was the unfortunate title.
Oh, thank you.
But that's where we're at. But yeah. But apparently it's a deep dive into that one day for the rest of your life. Exactly.
This is kind of neat. We have the original Battlestar Galactica.
Beauty.
The very short-lived Galactica 1980, where they finally get to Earth.
Made it back, did they?
For 1 season. And then, of course, the Galactica reboot that lasted about 4 or 5 seasons. That is really good. I've seen it a couple times.
That's when I couldn't sink my teeth into.
Really? Give it time.
I got to give them more of a go.
Because once you get past about 3 episodes or 4 episodes, you're just deep in it, and it keeps going.
Interesting.
What else do we have? Big Bang. Okay, I'll be honest again. Big Bang Theory. Everybody loves the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, well, not everybody.
I don't love the Big Bang.
That's fair.
Theory. People love it, so we have it. But man,
how about some Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of the best TV shows of the last 25 years.
Apparently saved someone's life, I want to say, or...
Sure.
I just heard the factoid on the Zone 91.3 the other day, first thing in the morning, that... Oh, it was because there was tornado going through the village in somewhere in southern United States. It's tornado-y. And this guy was adamant that he'd not miss Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So he stayed in watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the rest of the family went to a bunker, and a tree fell over top of the door to the bunker, pinning the family in there. And nobody would have known the family was in there if everybody was in there.
Holy smokes.
So good job, Sarah
So
Michelle
Buffy
Gellar.
saves the day.
I am on a Buffy DVD. That's from Marcus.
Buffy. Well, what did Marcus say? I'm sorry.
I am on a Buffy DVD.
Is he? What, as an expert, Marcus? Or expert?
A review?
As a bonus featurette? Sorry, I'm just...
Details are...
I'm doing some system maintenance as we're talking.
Nice.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Watch a bit of cartoons.
Funny cartoons.
Oh, penguins is practically chickens?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, try and give them the old brush off, Bugs. Asking a question at Paley Fest.
Oh, excellent. Oh, it's right, because I just went on the internet.
By Nietzsche. Oh, we're back. All right. Thanks, Marcus. He said hitting the hay will drop by soon.
Excellent. Hope to see you soon.
Paige elaborated that it was Friedrich Nietzsche. And Bill confirmed that that was the German philosopher.
Excellent.
Everybody's on the same page. Oh, Bugs. Look at Bugs dressing up like a female now. Are we allowed to show that? Hubba hubba. Now this is where it gets a salty.
Oh, the little penguin.
Look at him go. Oh boy. What a maroon.
Calm poop.
What a rube. Oh boy. What a woman. Oh boy. The gig is up. Yes, Bill, that can you help out a fellow American down on his luck? The reference is to High Sierra?
Bogart? I think it's High Sierra, yeah.
Yeah. Because that happens in the movie, too. I just saw that movie not long ago. On recommendo from my son.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very wily coyote. Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Trouble brewing. Now look what you've done. Uh-oh. Yeah, they didn't like the Bugs Bunny on there.
Yeah, true.
They fixed that up.
What? Did it?
They put up a message that they've detected video on our stream that belongs to someone else.
Uh-oh.
Your stream may be temporarily blocked.
Enough Bugs Bunny then.
Yeah, I think that's enough of that. We can get back to the action here in the store,
The action. We'll probably wrap it up soon.
Probably. It's been a good... oh, why does it only say 24 minutes now?
That's weird. I thought it was like a...
Victoria, yes, indeed. Pic-A-Flic live stream. These are rare.
Yeah. This, I got to be out at the end of September, this spot. So, yeah, it's a rare look at what goes on or what went on for the past 5 years here. Did we look at Tim's paintings?
I don't think we did. Definitely didn't focus on those.
Tim Howie.
Right here.
Oh, Canada Art Studio. Friend, customer, prolific artist. A while back, he did a series of paintings based on movies, and we were selling them, are selling them. You get the painting, and then you get the movie the painting's based on. So you get Pacino from Donnie Brasco, and you get the Donnie Brasco DVD for free, or you get Paul the Alien.
Right?
You get Paul.
Blu-ray of Paul.
Yeah. Jar Jar Binks up there, which is I
Oh,
find captivating. His eyes, there's something about him. And I'll give you a copy of Star Wars Phantom Menace. Yeah, those are all for sale. Danny Trejo up top.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
That is Danny Trejo from Once Upon a Time in
He was
Mexico.
not in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Maybe he was.
Perhaps. I don't know why it's doing this, though.
What's it doing? Are we...
Well, they've given us this message. Oh, boy. Now I've done it.
Uh-oh.
Please stand by.
Just crashed my phone. Crashed the internet.
There we go. I don't know why it's doing that, though. Interesting. It's still going. But yeah.
It's still going. Where's
They
still
said they
going?
were in portrait mode right now, but I can't figure out how to make the
thing go.
have a little message at the bottom.
Heads up. Oh, please.
Click the link, but it's still there. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any good. I swear we were up for longer than 26 minutes.
I think we've been doing this for longer than 20. It seems like forever.
Forever.
Thanks for watching. Again, we're here after the store closed, just showing you a bunch of stuff. Oh, we're back in my favorite section, nostalgia.
Right.
Wrap it up where we started. Oh, we got Gone with the Wind.
Full circle, yeah.
Goliath and the
Goliath
Barbarians.
and the Barbarians.
Starring Steve Reeves. Perhaps you know him as Hercules.
Hercules.
And then back here, employees only.
Oh my, restricted access?
But that's for another day.
Oh boy.
We'll try to do one more after dark before I close up at the end of the month to give you some updates on the sale on that and do another Ask Me Anything sort of thing. And thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. I hope.
Nice. Final question before the end of the night. Yes, you answered the question from Victoria. There will be another live stream at the end of the month.
Yes.
And any Red Dwarf is the last question.
Somebody bought all the Red Dwarf.
All the
yesterday.
Red Dwarf
The entire run.
consumed. Dang. Okay.
Yes. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kent. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bam.